Hey, what's up guys and gals? My name is Nineg. Thank you so much for joining me today. We're going to be doing a very interesting type of investigation. If you're a fan of classic TV shows and movies, this is the channel for you. Today we're going to be looking at a certain individual, the late Orson Bean. Now, Orson Bean, I know him through the Twilight Zone. He starred in a great episode of the Twilight Zone. I'll show you some images here so that you can see. But he was also in lots of other productions and credits. I'll maybe put some down below here. But my aim is to look at his unfortunate passing. Now, I know a lot of you may know that he did pass away several years ago at the age of about 91, if I'm not mistaken. He was unfortunately hit by vehicles, actually two vehicles in Venice, California. We're gonna go there, we're gonna go to the location. Now here's the thing, if you decide to look up where he passed away, where he was struck, it's actually very difficult to pinpoint. But what I did is I read a lot through different sources, looking at exactly where the accident happened and so forth, and I was able to get some clues. I'll go through them as we'll take you to the locations. There's also a street named after him. It's actually Orson Bean Way. We're gonna go there. That's not actually where he was hit, but that street commemorates him and his life. He was a longtime resident of Venice, California. He loved the city and he loved theater and so forth. He was actually going to attend like a theater production and going to view it where he was crossing the street late at night. He was hit by a car, unfortunately, and then he kind of went down to the ground, and then he was hit a second time, which that was the fatal part of the accident. And so we're going to look at the crosswalk, we're going to look at the streets, see how that is, and you'll learn how Los Angeles is. It's very dangerous for pedestrians here. It's very easy to get hit by cars. Literally, whenever I cross the street, it almost happens to me. Like, I'm not even kidding. It's fairly dangerous. You're going to see the road. So let's get right to it. I just wanted to give some background to what we're going to do, what we're going to see, and hopefully you enjoy it. So I'm currently in Venice, California on Venice Boulevard. I'm walking eastbound to Orson Bean Way. I'll show you what that looks like. Just turn the camera around. There it is, Orson Bean Way. Now it's a very small street because Pisani, I think that's how you say it. But Orson Bean Way, there it is. Orson Bean Way is this way. He was very big into theater and arts and so forth, so they named this little section of street for him. There's a salon, and that's about it. It's just this little area. I would say, what, 100 feet, maybe, if that. It's a small little area. I'm staying on the street. I'm always really aware of where I'm stepping and where I am at. Yeah, so interesting, because he was apparently coming to a theater play or some type of theater event, and that's kind of where he was. But so this wasn't the place where he got hit. It's actually a couple hundred feet this way. This is just an area that they named after him in honor of him and his life and his dedication to the city of Venice on Venice Boulevard. I grew up in LA, so I'm very familiar with the greater LA area and where we're at. So I want to note the street because he got hit on this street, and I'll show you the location in just a little bit. So I just want to orient everyone. We have Oakwood over here. And by the way, it's fairly early. It's before noon. And there are designated crosswalks over there. And then we have this area over here. Now the designated crosswalks we have over here. And we also have some on that side over there, which they're good. Now before this, the law was that you obviously had to stop for pedestrians. but the right of way was to pedestrians. But now they made it a law in LA where you have to stop for pedestrians no matter where they're crossing. I don't know if Orson Bean's situation contributed to that or not, but it's something to really note. Now I'm just coming to the east side of Venice just because I want to show everyone the location. So it's kind of an artsy area. The Pacific Resident Theater is right over here, and this whole theater is named where he was hanging around. I don't know if there was like a special event or anything, but this is the Pacific Resident Theater. Apparently he frequented here a lot. And we have Orson Bean Way right here, right? And then I know a lot of you are wondering, where did this happen? Well, it was between two streets. This is what the reports say. The streets say it's between Pisani. If you see over there, it's Pisani. And another street called Shell. Now Shell is that street over here, and they actually have a crosswalk there right now with red lights telling cars to stop. Or we're gonna cross on this street. He crossed in a marked crosswalk, which is important to know because poor guy, he wasn't just walking here across the street. And these streets, they're very quickly transited, meaning, the cars are driving so aggressively on these streets. So I could see where this would be dangerous to cross. We have an individual crossing right on that marked crosswalk, but I'm gonna cross. You also have a fire station, which is super ironic. This is literally a fire station. And look, an ambulance. And so this is Shell, marked crosswalk, but he crossed Venice. So it would make sense that this is where he would cross. This is the intersection. And you can see it's quite a dangerous intersection. The cars aren't really stopping. There is no traffic light. I'm very sure this was added after. And the reason I say that is because when accidents happen, they add things like this. And so, like I said, fire station. So if we come over here, let's try to cross this. Remember, these cars continue on. There's no red light for them until I press the button. So I'm going to show you again. This is new. And this is probably thanks to Orson Bean. I'm pushing the button. It's probably going to take a few seconds for the light to cut. We're going to get some some yellow flashers to be aware. And then I'm going to start crossing. Well, it says don't cross, but I'm crossing. Oh, there we go. I had to wait for the little man. And there is cars that are waiting for me on this side. I did cross a little early. I just wasn't sure if I was supposed to wait for the hand or not. And that's it. So you can see on this side, see the red flashing lights. That tells people to stop for me or whoever's crossing, right? And that's safer. But that was it. So he crossed this street, the first side of it. And then once he crossed the first, let me get out of the crosswalk so they don't think I am crossing. He did. So there's another person crossing. So you can see they cross about halfway. He got hit there, and then he got hit a second time, I'm guessing in the lane coming this way. And then you have this side, or he got hit by oncoming traffic, which is horrible. It's very, very sad. This shows you kind of the area. It's not a long crosswalk, but this is a 91-year-old man we are talking about. So it's a very sad situation. They have another crosswalk on here, and I'm gonna cross right back, but you can see how aggressive the traffic is. Crossing. I'm back on the sidewalk here. So I hope this gives you a bit more of an idea of how this all happened, where this happened. My guess is he got hit from traffic going westbound, and it said he dropped to the ground, and then he was hit a second time. So I think probably from either more traffic coming westbound or even eastbound traffic, and then, he was deceased afterwards. It's very, very sad, but they do have, again, these lights, which I say is very helpful. But this was probably a really transited area. I don't know why they don't have stoplights here for traffic. I guess they want to keep the flow going, but it is an interesting situation. We were just over there. There's the Pacific Resident Theater. If he was over here and trying to come across, he could have easily come across, but he came to a marked crosswalk. As I mentioned, I'm sure the marked crosswalk was there, but the red light, see, it's almost acting like a street light. See that? You could see the person on the bike coming in. So that gives you an idea of how more safe the street is to cross after a death like this would happen. It's such a sad thing. Twilight's own actor, he had a lot of other credits as well, but it's so sad to see, you know, something like this happen in this day and age. I believe it happened 2020. I think it's so ironic, the fact that the theater's over there and then you have a fire station on this side. Literally, I'm sure he was rendered aid very quickly, but the fact that he, like, see, you have individuals crossing without hitting the button. It's very easy to get hit. Look at this. Look at this. See that? See what I mean? And so imagine this happened at night, and so you could see how the danger would exponentially grow for someone, especially 90, maybe having a little trouble walking or walking not as fast. For people who are at night, maybe you don't have any reflective clothing. It's just hard. It's a hard thing for pedestrians, and it's definitely a safety issue. Okay, so I will be crossing the other way, the final way. This is not the direction that Orson Bean came. He came from this direction, is my understanding. We're gonna go the other way. Pushing the button, traffic has continued. No one is stopping. I'll hit it 3 times. We're gonna get yellow caution lights for the cars. I'm gonna wait till I get the hand to walk. So see, the yellow lights give caution to the cars so that they don't keep crossing. And then they get the red, which means they have to completely stop. And then I get the hand. So this is so much more safe now. It's really sad that it's owned to Orson Bean, the fact that, you know, this had to be put in. So these cars are stopping because of these lights. And it gives a lot of time. It gives 31 seconds, I think. And I think it's good. I think it's good that this has been added, but so sad that we had to have deaths for that to take place. A death to take place, a death of an iconic, great actor, a guy who loved arts and theater. Look, theater here, theater over there, and then you have one of those. Have you seen those cars yet? The ones that drive automatically? They're pretty cool. There's no one in the driver's seat of those things. And then look, traffic starts out again. So I hope you enjoyed this. I'm driving back to my car. Here's the ambulance I was talking about. And the fire station. So ironic, right? That literally the crosswalk is right back there. It's so crazy being able and privileged to visit these locations where so much history has happened, where we have our classic TV and movie actors who spent their days and life in LA, places like this. And then these unfortunate things happening, and the fact that I can come back and kind of show people where these things happened, where these events took place, little known actors, very widely known actors. I previously visited Ernie Kovacs and his death location where he had his car accident. I look forward to doing more of these. Let me know if you want a specific actor, actress that I do this in the LA area. It would be really fun to do, so please let me know. Again, let me know in the comments if there's a specific movie actor, location, death location where any of these things happen, where I can point out to you. I would love to go. I even have a couple more ideas coming up, and I won't reveal them or spoil them, but I hope you stay tuned. I really love what I do on this channel, going on my little field trips. They're fun, and it helps me to discover more of the city that I grew up in. So we'll see you all next time. Thanks so much for the support as always, and don't forget, everyone, to stay positive and, most importantly, be hopeful. A big thanks to all my Patreon supporters, especially Vito L, Sally N, Russ C, Kev, Daniel B, Citizen Kane 359, and David D. If you want to be on this list, make sure to check out the Patreon link below. Thanks so much.